just sent me the Mattie Blount High School 2024-2025 report card. It says we've got a graduation rate now of 91 and a college career readiness of 91 and overall score now 74.
Yeah.
So can you kind of break that down for people who don't, know what that means for a school?
Certainly.
In the district.
So every school, regardless of elementary, middle, or high, gets a school report card. The high school report card is made up of 5 parts. The 5 parts of the high school report card are graduation rate, college and career readiness rate, attendance. Then there's something called achievement, which is your test score. This is what your juniors do on the ACT.
Okay.
And then there's something called academic growth, which is what your 10th graders do on the pre-ACT, moving into the ACT. So each portion has a different amount, but with that being said, that's how you get a high school report card. All of those things with the points that you have going into 100 points. So of the 100 points, we have a 74. Previously, the failing list, and I don't know what they call it now, anything below 70 would be considered failing list. So we've been above 70 for the last 4 years, now going in 5 years. Knock on this wood. And at that point, and I don't know what everybody else's score is this year.
Right.
For the last 4 years, we've been the only traditional African-American high school above 70.
Okay.
Which that's not a competition, we just put it out there. Both of those scores, graduation rate 91%, CCR 91%, to our knowledge right now are both the highest in the district, and we have been the highest graduation rate and CCR rate the last 3 years in the district.
That's awesome.
Right. NPR, National Public Radio, awarded us this year for the 2023-2024 school year at 97%, the highest graduation rate for Black boys in the state of Alabama.
That's awesome.
That's
super
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, given the fact that what's the alternative? Like, what's the narrative that they push in the media every time you look on the TV? Every time you see, unfortunately, African American young men into crime, into violence, into truancy, into all those things. But to see that this is actually going on, where the success has been consistent now for the last 3 years. Now, my question is this to you: what, as a community, do you need the community to do, or in response, what do parents need to do? What do the students need to do? What does the community need to do to ensure the success of what's going on here at Blount High School?
Right, so, what we like to do is make sure that parents understand all of the things that make our report card and how a household affects it. So you heard me say attendance is a part of a high school report card. So, we push for kids to be at school on time, be at school every day, do their work, because if their attendance goes down, that's a ding on the school.
Right.
Obviously, if you're not in the seat, you can't learn. So making sure parents understand what happens, and when a kid or a certain age, 17 is the age of majority for the state. If you're not making normal attendance under 17, you'll get a letter from us, and you'll get a letter from the courts. So we don't want that. We just want to make sure that parents are a part. We ask them to join the PTSA, understand how the academic side works, understand how the athletic side works, understand all of the wonderful scenarios that we have going on in the school. We've got the largest band in a school like ours. We've got a JLTC program with 150 plus kids. We've got mathletes. We've got a debate team. We've got 2 Azalea Trailmates this year.
Wow.
We've got things happening that haven't normally happened at Blount over a certain period of time. We've experienced academic growth in our report card each of the last 3 years. No matter if it's 1 point or 2 points,
it's improvement.
It's going up.
That's right.
As opposed to going down or staying stagnant. The thought process for us is that we want to be the school of choice for African American kids in the Mobile community.